So we have been graphing lines just by plotting points and drawing a line through them, correct?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, today I'm actually going to give you the equation of the line, and you're going to graph it from the equation. Okay? Well, I'm going to show you. Okay, what makes an equation different from just 2 points?
Did we keep the
What part of the word equation do you see in here? Equal, right? An equation has an equal sign. That's the difference between giving you an equation and giving you just 2 points. Okay, there is going to be an equal sign. When we are graphing a line from the equation, we call it slope-intercept form. Are there any ideas in here as to what goes into slope-intercept form? What am I going to get from the slope-intercept form? Any ideas from the name? The form is going to give me what? It's going to give me the slope and kind of a coordinate. It's going to give me the y-intercept. Okay, and I'm going to show you which part those are. And graphing these is not going to be as bad as it sounds so far. Okay, there is a form. It's standard. You're going to write it in the big box. We are always going to have y equals. So y is going to be by itself on the left side of the equal sign. And y equals mx. Can somebody tell me, what does m stand for?
Slope.
Slope. Thank you. Okay, so the number that's attached to x is going to be our slope. They give it to us. Plus b. B stands for the y-intercept, and it's also going to be a number, okay? So b stands for the y-intercept. It's also going to be a number. And what we're going to be able to do is look at an equation in this form, and we're going to be able to graph the entire line just from the equation, not having to plot or find points at all. Okay? So we have some steps to doing this. Step 1, we are going to plot the y-intercept. Okay, so we're going to take that number that's being added or subtracted, and we're going to plot it. Now, because this is the y-intercept, do you think it's going to be on the y-axis or the x-axis? The y-axis. Good. Okay, so you're going to plot a point straight on the y-axis. Step 2, you are going to use that slope, and from the point that you just plotted, you are going to count the rise and the run. So you're going to count rise and run from that point. And that's going to give you a second point. So what do we do with that point? We're going to plot it. And then last step, we're going to connect those 2 points with a what? With a line. And what do we always have to make sure we draw at the end of a line?
Arrows.
You need to extend it, and you need to draw arrows.
Is that you?
Oh.
U-N-E.
Oh my gosh.
I was like looking at it, I was like, what is that?
L-I-N-E.
Oh.
I can spell line.
I didn't know it. I wrote down.
Example 1. But I forgot to write example. So let's write it in right now.
Do we have to?
Yeah. Okay, example 1. Our equation is y equals 2x plus 1. Now, we always start with the y-intercept. Looking back at your notes, what letter is the y-intercept, M or B? Look at the top of the notes. Which one is labeled y-intercept? B. Okay, so what's the y-intercept here?
2, 1, B. I'm confused. What?
B. Okay, guys, look at the form. Y equals mx plus b. M is always slope. The number that is attached to x is your slope. The number that is being added or subtracted is your y-intercept. That's b. So what is so in this one, what's B?
1.
No, it's not. It's
-1.
-1. Yeah, the number is attached to the sign behind it. Okay, so what do I do with that -1? I'm going to plot it. So I start at 0, 0, and I'm just going to go down 1 space because it's on the y-axis. Okay? Who can tell me what is my slope, Caleb? It's 2. We do not need to include the x. We're just looking at 2. 2 is the same as 2 over what, guys? 2 over 1. And the only reason why I'm writing it this way is because now it's easier for us to see which one is the rise. 1 or 2? 2 is the rise, and 1 is the run. So I'm going to label those just for right now. So whenever I have a whole number for slope, if you write it 2 over 1, you will be able to more easily see the rise and the run. Okay? Okay, so I do not start when I'm graphing my second point at the middle. I start at the point that I just graphed. And I'm going to go up how many spaces? 2. 1, 2. Do not put a point there. We are not done. I need to go how many spaces over? 1. And that's +1. So do I go to the right or the left? To the right. Now I can plot a point. Okay? And then connect those with a line. Please do not make a line segment. Make a full line going all the way with the arrows. Alright, example 2. Okay, example 2. 3 over 4x plus 2. Okay, Thomas, what is my y-intercept? My B? +2. So let's plot that. I start at the middle and I go up 2 spaces and put a point there. My y-intercept will always be on the y-axis. So you're always just going to go up or down. Okay? Okay. What is the slope, Jessica? Very good. 3 over 4. Michael Hobie, what's the rise? Rise is 3. Rolando, run is?
4.
What? Why are you being so quiet?
Because Nika's not here.
Run is 4. Okay, so where do I start, Giselle? To count my slope, do I start in the middle or do I start at the point? The point we already have. Good. So I'm going to go up 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And I put a point there, right, Michael? No. What do I do next? Go over 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a point there. And James, what do I do next? Connect them with a line segment, right?
Yes. No. Not line segment. With the the arrow thingy.
The arrow, the whole line.
Arrow thingy. Line segment.
Man.
You're taking off.
Okay. Hannah, for this next one, y equals -2/3 x minus 3. What is the B term?
-3.
Very good, -3. Okay, guys, will you graph -3 right now?
No.
1, 2, 3. So it should be right here, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Josh, what is my slope? -2/3. Good. Oh my gosh, there's a negative and I don't know which one it's attached to. I always just attach it to the top, okay? So just attach it to the top. You could attach it to the top, you could attach it to the bottom. I think it's easier if you just attach it to the top always. It does not matter though. Okay? So if my negative is attached to the top, yes? Okay, so if my negative is attached to the top in this case, Kevin, what is my rise? It's -2/3. What's my rise? Don't give him the answer. Rise is -2. Giselle, what's the run? Positive 3. Okay, so if I start at the point and my rise is negative 2, am I going up or down?
Over.
Down, 1, 2. And I'm going right or left 3? Right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what would have happened if I made my slope positive 2 over negative 3? I would have gone up 2, and then which way? Right or left? Then left 1, 2, 3. Would I still get a straight line?
Yes.
You would get the same answer. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it actually does not matter if you put the negative on top or the negative on bottom. You will get the same answer. So let's connect those with the line.
Just call it a line. Nothing fancy.
It's just a line.
A line.
Yep.
Not a lie.
What is the B term, for example, for?
The B?
B.
+1.
Positive 1. Okay, so Danielle, how do I graph that?
I heard somebody.
Graph the y-intercept. Very good. I start at 0 and I go up 1. Cameron, what's the slope? What's the slope? The slope is negative 4 over 1. So, Kevin Sisk, where do I start to do after I find the slope? Do I start 0, 0? Do I start the point I already made? At the point already made. Okay, and I go where? Very good. I go down 4 and right 1. Okay, I always, if you ever have a whole number, we can always write it over 1, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote it over 1 so that then we can see what the rise and the run is. If you can do it without, you don't have to do it. Okay, but you should I would do it so that you can see that we have a run of 1. Otherwise, you would have just gone down 4, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Rolando, what's my next step?
You line the thingy.
I draw a line through both of them. Lines go for how long, everybody?
Forever.
Forever.
Miss Smith.
Nope, stop talking. Number 5. I need to find the y-intercept first. Hannah, what is it?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. Okay, Caleb, how do I graph negative 5?
You go down.
From where?
5. From the 0.
From 0.
In the middle.
And I go how many?
Negative 5. Down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I put a point there. Josh, what's my slope? My slope is 1 over 3. Okay, so Jessica, what do I do?
Start at 0 and go down. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Start over.
Yeah, okay. Go up 1 and
From 0 or from the point I already made? From the point, and I go up 1 and over. 1, 2, 3, and I put a point there. And then, Kevin Yang, what's my last step? The last one. I plotted the 2 points. What do I do next? Connect them. So, Michael Hill, is that correct?
Yep. No.
No. I have to keep going. Thank you.
Nope.